The first thing that I did is I went back. I actually called a meeting with a supervisor. I was a field producer in those days. And so I worked with a supervisor and I said, this is how I view my role here. And this is how I'm going to do the stories. And if this is not acceptable, I can't work here. And they said, you can't work here. So that was, I had hope that they were going to see my way. And sometimes when you're young, you just think that you're just going to change the world in that way.
Right.
And yeah, when they came back with you're not working here. That next big no was a project I was working on for a pretty well-known equipment manufacturer. And it was really such a fantastic opportunity because we were developing a national chain of storefronts that would have personal trainers in it as well as the equipment. It was ahead of its time in terms of computer integration. I spent a year and a half working on the project as an operations manager and doing all the pre-sales. And the first facility we were opening was literally in my neighborhood. So I was super proud of the work that we had done. I knew it was going to be a big hit. And we were just getting to the point where the facility was going to open, feeling really good about the work that we were doing. And then it started to shift directions because there was some bad energy and a person that had recently joined our team that was going up against the pre-sales plan that I'd put together and saying, no, we're going to go this direction. And just, having the experience and doing my research really, from a sales perspective, I knew what was motivating the prospective clients for those facilities. I understood the demographic and I knew what was going to translate to pre-sales and on-site sales. I understood the budget. I understood what our income streams were. So I really had a handle on it. And when this person joined the team and really had the ear of the president of the company and started to turn the tide against the plan that we had in place that we've been working so hard on, it was devastating because I had a choice. I could stay connected to the project, the facilities would open, and they wouldn't be a success. Or I could step away and all the work that I had done was going to be for naught. And then just the whole, throwing in the towel and saying, I'm not going to do this. It was embarrassing, almost stamping my feet and saying, if you don't do it my way, I quit. And it really wasn't about that. It wasn't about doing it my way. In particular, it was about doing it the researched way, the planned way. I had to walk away because I just knew it wasn't going to be a success. And the risk there when you walk away is also that you're going to harm those relationships for the future. In all industries, the relationships that you build are the most important, the most valuable, even above the successes that you have. Seek first to understand and then be understood. And so when we talk about no's, I never look at a no as a rejection. I hear a no and I think that I haven't done my homework. What was it that the person that I'm working with here, what didn't I listen to? So then I go back and try to think how I'm going to restate it. I do my research because it goes back to expectations again. I don't want anyone to be a part of what we're doing and then later feel like we didn't measure up to their expectations. And sometimes it's a yes, but it should have been a no because I wasn't listening. Again, I'm trying to understand what they wanted. And then if you end up, accepting their money and pulling them into the sponsorship and they're disappointed, then how have you won? Because once again, it goes back to those relationships.
Right.
So for me, a no is just I didn't listen or I didn't do my research. And so therefore, I got to go back to the drawing board and, look at it as a challenge. And that's how I do it. If I believe they should have said yes, then I'm going to figure out how to get them to say yes. I want to work for the satisfaction of a job well done and then get paid. I don't want it to be the other way around because once you've been in a situation where the no is so strong and so devastating because you've put so much into it, you realize that it's got to be for the satisfaction of a job well done. I mean, we all have to have a paycheck at the end of the day. There's things that we have to pay for, but making that paradigm shift and setting up our personal finances so that I could lead with those values has led to so much future success because people gravitate towards those people that aren't trying to make a fast buck,
right,
that really are interested in not just a job well done for myself, but for everybody that's connected to the projects that I work on. Remove emotion from the no's and the yeses and the business situations, because I get emotionally invested. But over the years, my greatest successes have come when I have, as we've been talking about, stated the obvious and used the research and the expectations and the business plan and all the planning, and just trust that and have confidence in that, and never have any inflection in my voice when I'm delivering the good news or bad news. Just remove the emotion and just trust that sometimes you're not going to get the yes right away, but that the yes is going to come.